Alright, bro. Hold on, wait. Let my mic cut off. My FL. Alright. Hello? Alright, so look. They limited you to what your body can do, not what your spirit can do. So you think that the only way you can perceive this world is by your touch, your taste, your hearing, your smell, and whatever. But there's been times when you knew in your chest that something is wrong and you investigated it. That's a sense. You know what I mean? There's something inside of you that goes, and it's feeling it out. And it's like, nah. Your instincts, bro, these are actual real life senses, but they withhold that from your, they don't teach that, bro. But I'm telling you, there's got to be somebody who knows much more information about this rather than like the the just, oh, I just kind of realized this explanation. And they know. I just don't think they don't teach that. You know what I mean? They got to make you think that the only way you can perceive things is by what your body can do. So you never think about what your spirit can do. What are your thoughts about that?
Why you think that is?
Because they make money. You got to understand, bro. We live in a world that functions off of feeding your body. If your body is hungry, you got 50,000 restaurants to choose from at prices that they manage and make super affordable to you, so you can always be eating. They got the pleasure of all, like, whatever you want to watch, whatever you want to do, blah 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 blah. That's how the world's designed. But we don't do nothing to grow the spirit. Because when you grow your spirit, you'll realize you don't need everything that they tell you that you need. They tell you that in your life you should want this, 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 this. But when you get in your spirit, you're like, I don't even really want that. That's not even who I am. I just settled. That's why niggas be depressed. What do you think? Whoa, wait, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, and my Discord just tripped. But what do you think about what I just said? Honest thoughts.
I think you're right. Yeah, I didn't think about it in that way. Like, yeah, this world is built around like you said, the money problem.
Hmm.
So obviously, they're not gonna teach us anything that's not gonna earn them anything.
Yeah, bro. If they ain't making a profit, because that's how they control us, bro. That's how they keep us under control, dude.
Yeah,
Even everything, bro. Like, I was watching cartoons, and even like in the show, like, why are the characters breaking out in the song saying, "I want to be a telemarketer"? No child is thinking about being no telemarketer, bro. Ain't no child ever uttered that words. But now you got kids. They limiting you, bro. You know what I mean? That's crazy, bro. And inside of people's spirit, like, there's certain things I feel like are born from the spirit. Like, I feel like all musicians who make music, bro, if you make music, that's a spiritual thing. There's things like, I want to be a mother. That's a spiritual thing. Like, if you want to grow up and be a mother, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't got to be like, I want to be an accountant. That's because that's the system that the world has convinced you that only you can have that in. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be what we say you can be in order to be successful. They tell you what success is. They tell you what all this other stuff is. They teach you it in school. That's what they teach you. And it's all based off of the system that just makes more money for the people who at the top. That's really what it is. And it's sad. Um,
yeah.
and it's free, bro. That's why I'll be like, bro, we don't even understand how blessed we are to be just doing what we want to, even if it's at a small scale, to be doing fulfilling stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we can really build on that, bro. You just gotta grow in your spirit. The more I grow in my spirit, the more firm I become in the things I want to do. Cause I know what I want. I know I want to be a father. I know I want to have wealth. I know I want to have these things. Cause these are spiritual qualities. You know what I'm saying? But nah, if I was just flesh, niggas be miserable. Cause there's only so much you can do. You do what you do, and you do it just to fit into that system that they tell you you have to live by. Nah, bro, I don't work like that. You gotta work by your rule, by not your rules. I say God's rules, but you know what I mean. But at the same time, who you supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's my thought for that right now. That shit just popped in my mind.